Welcome to a short presentation brought to you by the University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture. My name is Fawn. I work with the Newton County Cooperative Extension Service as the SNAP Ed educator. Today we're going to talk a bit about food groups and more specifically the food group of grain and whole grains. My plate has 5 food groups: fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. In the grain group, we often have refined grains in the foods that we choose. So there's a big difference in a refined grain and a whole grain. We're going to talk a bit about that today, some whole grain choices, why whole grains are important, and also put together a little trail mix. First off, the anatomy of whole grain versus refined grain. So here we have an image of whole grain. You'll see on the outside of the grain, there is a bran. Here we have the embryo of the plant, and this white part in the middle is like the food source of the plant embryo. So when grains are refined, the bran and the embryo are removed. Here we're showing a piece of a grain of rice. So the white rice we traditionally see has only this plant food source in it, right? The embryo food source. And when the bran and the embryo are removed, natural vitamins and minerals and fiber are also removed. These things are important because we cannot replace the fiber that is lost in a refined grain. You'll often see an enriched rice or an enriched cereal, and these things have the vitamins and minerals put back into them, but we cannot replace the fiber that is in whole grain. When we're making food choices, you might see a multigrain or a 9-grain bread, a multigrain cereal, but those are not the same as a whole grain food. Whole grains always have this stamp on them. In the past, there were 2 stamps, and now there are 3. So we have 100% whole grain, 50% plus, and then less than 50%. So when you're making choices, it's important to look for this gold stamp on the packaging. Some examples of whole grain include one of our family favorites, popcorn. Okay. There's also quinoa, there's brown rice, there's whole wheat flour. Oatmeal is a great source of whole grain. Whole grains, the fiber that's in whole grains really fills us up. So if you have oatmeal in the morning, right, you feel full and you're ready for the day. It gets your brain going versus an enriched grain, which isn't nearly as filling. Here we're going to make a trail mix that has some whole grain ingredients. We have sunflower seeds, okay, the whole sunflower seed here. We have a cereal that's made with a whole grain. Got some pretzels. And we have some cheese crackers, a little bit of flavor, and dried fruit. Now, a great thing about this trail mix snack is that most of these items have a long shelf life. So this is something that can be made ahead of time and packaged to make it convenient, to make it a convenient choice for kids and adults. So maybe your family has a designated snack area. If you have some young kids that they know they can go to that area to pick out a snack, this is definitely something that could be added to the pantry. It's a low-fat snack. Okay, so we can just mix it up and go ahead and put it in your packaging of choice. Go ahead and get together what you feel like might be a serving. and it's ready to go.